What is up, everyone? So today I wanted to be going through with y'all my spiritual experience at the Jonas Brothers concert.
Hope I never wake up from this dream. I'ma always keep you on my team. You make me sing like.
So let me tell you a little backstory. So I had been obsessed with the Jonas Brothers since I was like 10, at least. My grandma used to have a subscription to this one like teenage Christian magazine when I was growing up. I remember the first time that I saw or heard of the Jonas Brothers, because they started off with Christian music. I don't know if anyone knows that, but the OG fans know that. So they started off doing Christian music, and they were in this Christian magazine that my grandma had a subscription for me for, and it was just in this little insert, like this little tiny picture. It was literally this big in like the corner of the magazine that was like the Jonas Brothers, new Christian artist. And I just remember looking at that picture and I was like, damn. Yeah, I just remember becoming obsessed with them after that. I ended up Googling them or whatever, listening to their music. I first started listening to like their Christian covers and stuff that they used to do. And then the first song that I heard that wasn't a Christian song was Mandy. I don't know if you guys remember that song. And then they like started being on the Disney Channel. Then they were in Camp Rock, which was like huge because I remember I was like, oh my gosh, this is the Jonas Brothers. Like, I've been hearing about them for like 2 years. You know, I've been obsessed with them. And I was just obsessed. Like, I was obsessed. Every single day I would listen to the Jonas Brothers from when I was like, I don't know, like 12, around there, 13, something around there, until they broke up. Really, I was obsessed with them. Every time I would get like a 17 magazine or like whatever those magazines were, if they were just like in an article, like the paparazzi had just like snapped them like walking to Starbucks or something, I would cut that mud trucker out and I would stick it to my wall in my bedroom. Literally my entire wall, just one whole wall of my bedroom was filled with just clippings of the Jonas Brothers, just clippings of them getting some coffee, them sitting in a meeting, like just the most random stuff ever. And you know what? It was on my wall, okay? And literally, I was so wrapped up in the Jonas Brothers that I did not get wrapped up in like One Direction. Like I was not, I was like, I'm not cheating on my boys, okay? I'm not even gonna listen to One Direction. Justin Bieber, like I'm not about it. I'm sticking to my boy. That's my brothers, you know what I'm saying? I had all their CDs right when they came out. I had big posters of them. The magazines that had like the centerfold fold outs, like they were plastered just everywhere. And literally there's still a Jonas Brothers poster, the one where they were on the cover of Rolling Stones. There's still that poster in my bedroom at my mom's house to this day, okay? So when I heard that they got back together and they like put out this new album, which is fantastic by the way, and they started touring again, I was like, listen, I will spend my life savings going to see the Jonas Brothers. And keep in mind that I live in the middle of mud-trucking nowhere, Montana, okay? I knew that they weren't coming anywhere in Montana because I didn't even know where Montana was when I got orders to here. I had to Google it because I was like, who is Montana where? What? So I, Googled Jonas Brothers tour, and the closest they were gonna come to here was Salt Lake City, which is about 8 hours away. Still a long drive, but Jonas Brothers, okay? I told Zach, I'm like, hey, Jonas Brothers are coming to Salt Lake City and it's in like 2 weeks, like, I gotta go. I was like, I'm gonna just try and get some friends and we're gonna go see the Jonas Brothers, and we're gonna go to Salt Lake City, and we're gonna spend the weekend up there, and it's gonna be great. And none of my friends really were like into it. Yeah, no one was really like, they were like, I don't know, Jonas Brothers, Also, I had to take work off. I had to take leave. So I just like bought the tickets immediately, because then Zach ended up telling me, because I was like, look, I can't find anyone to go with me, and like I need to go. My flight chief said like we're good, so like what should I do? And he was like, I guess I'm gonna go see the Jonas Brothers. And I was like, Virgin love you, man. And we left like Thursday morning, I guess. We were making good time, you know, we drove all the way there. It took about 9 hours to get there, you know, with stops and everything. We got there, we like threw all of our stuff in the Airbnb, like got ready so fast. Went to the Jonas Brothers concert, and it was like, oh my, there was just people walking on the sidewalk and they were like, Jonas Brothers! And I was like, yeah! This atmosphere of just absolute blissfulness, because I was surrounded by people who get it. They get it, you know what I'm saying? So after we like get in, Zach's like, look at all these nerds, look at how long this line is for merch. Like, it was so long. Literally the table is here and there's like lines like this, you know, like the bars that you like go in between, they're like zigzag, and then from there it was just like so far and it was just like wrapping around, and I was like, yeah right, nerds. Let me get in that line though. And of course I got into that line because I bought this shirt that says Jonas Brothers, cool, okay, and then it's got like, I don't even know what it has on the back, honestly. Yeah, it's like lit, it's lit, okay. The shirt was $55. Bane is like, Mom, are you okay? He's like trying to get up here. He's like, what's going on with you? You're freaking me out. So I was like looking at all the merch and I was like, yeah, I think I want number 55. And Zach was like, number 55? He's like, there's like 3 different 55s. And I was like, that's really weird. And then I was like, that's the price. Good God. But I was like, best believe I'm staying in this line and getting that shirt dough. Oh, Kurt. I also got this Jonas Brothers, can you even see it? It's a little shot glass. It says Happiness Begins, which is our new album, Jonas Brothers, and it's in like rainbow colors. So cute. $15. I mean, what a bargain. Yeah, we get into the concert, we get our seats, and our seats are actually pretty good. I got to pick like our seats obviously when I was buying the tickets, and it was like kind of weird how the stage was set up, because it was like the stage, it was a basketball stadium, so keep that in mind. The stage was like, you know, at the end, and then there's all the floor seats, and then, you know, all the seats that go around like this. Well, the seats that were like behind the stage were blocked off because it's behind the stage, but then it's like the stage is here and then there's seats like here, like the stage is here, seats here, and I was like, I want to get the closest section, so that's the section I chose. But unfortunately there was like a big screen like around the back side of the stage that kind of blocked like a lot of what was happening, the first like openers that came out, and I was like, dang, like I'm not gonna be able to see the Jonas Brothers that well, and I was like really kind of upset. What's up, it's me editing. I forgot to mention that the Jonas Brothers, when the Jonas Brothers actually came on, the screen lifted up and it was just like really high above, so I could then see the entire stage. God bless the Jonas Brothers. They knew where I was sitting and they were like, Destiny's gotta see this. So there was Jordan McGraw, I believe that was his name. He was actually not bad. Never heard of him before, but he was not bad. And then next is BB Rexa, which I only know like a few of her songs. I guess she's a songwriter, which I did not know. So she wrote Me, Myself, and I. So she did that song, which I was like, okay, I know this song. But she was actually hella good. Like, BB Rexa, you coming up, girl. I like that. And then the Mud Truck and Jonas Brothers were about to come on stage, fam, okay? And literally the crowd was insane. Like after BB Rexa was like, y'all ready for the Jonas Brothers? And we were like, she left, and then there was like probably like 20 minutes, maybe a half hour of time where just no one was on stage, and the DJ was like getting the crowd going. He was playing songs that literally everyone would know, but songs that would like get you lit, you know what I'm saying? You know, Beyonce, like throwback Beyonce that everybody knows, Bruno Mars, like he was getting it going, okay? And we were just dancing and we were just feeling it. We were like, yeah. And Zach was sitting next to me and he was just like, But really, like, he had some $12 beers in him, and he was just like, I'm feeling good, like, I'm about to go get me another beer. And I was like, don't miss the opener. Don't miss the opener. Like, you're gonna regret it. And he was just like, okay, like, calm down, like, whatever. And then the lights went out, and people were losing their minds, okay? I felt like the mothership had called me home. I was literally like surrounded by people that just get it. They just get it, you know? Except for the girls that were sitting directly in front of me. They were like pretty young. They were like 14. They were like with their moms. And like the girls are just like, you know what? I've just heard of the Jonas Brothers from their newest album, and I'm not really with it with these like throwback songs. They were sitting down for a lot of the songs. Like they did like Year 3000. Like everybody knows that song. And they just were just like, meh, sit down. And I was dancing so hard that I kept smacking them because they were sitting down. And I was just like dancing so hard, and I was just like, my bad. And I was just like, and like literally they told us to like wave our arms at one point, and I kept smacking the girl that was like over here because Zach was sitting down. And I was like, my bad. Oh, my bad again. Okay, but let me rewind a little bit, because when they first came on stage, and I'll show the video right now. So legitimately, okay, so I told Zach on the drive up there, I'm like driving and I'm like, listen, you're gonna see another side of me that you've never seen before. Like, you don't get it. And I'm like, I've never even seen this side that's gonna come out of me. It's gonna be 25-year-old me being like, oh my God, the Jonas Brothers. And then it's gonna be like 13-year-old me being like, oh my God, the Jonas Brothers. Like, And you know what? Both of these beings of destiny are just gonna come out, and it's just gonna be like the littest of the lit, like you don't understand. And that's truly what happened, because I thought that I like kind of knew what was gonna happen, and I was gonna be like dancing, and I was gonna be like, oh, I know all these songs. But what happened when they came on stage, I was not prepared for at all. And I need to take a water break, excuse me. Okay, so Zach did take this picture of me, and I'll show it when I'm done explaining what I'm doing, like what's happening to me in this picture. So you can tell in that clip that when the Jonas Brothers are like ascending from friggin' heaven, okay, that I don't realize where they are. I'm like looking on stage and everyone's freaking out, and I'm like, where are they? And then I look and I'm like, oh my God. And you can hear me say, oh my God, in the video. And then I just like put the phone down because I can't videotape at the same time as I'm freaking out, okay? So Zach comes back with his beer, and I'm just like, ugh. I could not breathe. And this is a funny story, but when it was happening to me, it was honestly a little scary because they came onto stage and I was like, yo, it's the Jonas Brothers. They're in the same room as me. Not only that, but they're right there. Like, we were pretty close to them, and they were right there, like they were right there. And I was just like, my body, my mind, my soul, my heart, my freaking fingers, like every part of my body was like, we can't handle this. The Jonas Brothers are in front of us. We can't handle it. It's not happening. Malfunction. And my body was just like shutting down. I was literally like, I could not handle it. I started laughing. So this is where it started. I started laughing because I was so shocked that the Jonas Brothers, that if I saw that they were like gonna be on Jay Leno, I would stay up till freaking midnight to watch them when I was like 13 years old. Everything that they did, like I'd be cutting out clippings of them getting coffee. Like I know I've said that 3 times, but it's true. They would be getting coffee and the paparazzi would be like, Jonas Brothers getting coffee, and I'd be like, Destiny cutting out that ish and sticking it on her wall, oh Kurt. I couldn't handle the boys that I had obsessed over for years and years and years were right there in front of me. Just like start laughing. And I was laughing. It wasn't like a ha 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 like laugh like, oh my god, the Jonas Brothers. It was like ha 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 ha. So I look around, no one else is like having this panic attack that I'm having. But yeah, it started as this like laugh that was like such a creepy laugh. And they start like singing a song, and I literally could not handle what was going on at all. I also had like maybe a beer and a half in me. I don't know if that contributed to it at all, but my heart was just racing and I was laughing and I start crying as I'm laughing, and then I'm like telling myself, you need to stop doing this, because it had been at least 10 minutes, maybe 15. I don't even know. I started like trying to sing, but I was like also laughing and crying and singing at the same time. So here's a picture of me losing my mind. It was just honestly like one of the greatest experiences. Once I finally chilled out enough, I was fine. And they did like every song ever. They did Mandy, like what? They did Year 3000, you know, When You Look Me in the Eyes. I told Zach on the way to the concert, if they do Fly With Me, I'm gonna freak out, because that's like probably my favorite song by the Jonas Brothers, and it's really not like a big song. And they did that song and it was so intense and just like, and I was like, that's the song. Oh my gosh, like it was the best. It was the best. And they were on stage for probably like 2.5 hours. They stopped and talked, you know. They were like, Kevin was like, you know what, 2 years ago, I was sitting around in the living room talking to my brothers about maybe doing this. And first of all, when he said that, I was like, they were just sitting around like normal humans? Like, excuse me, what? You know, and we were just discussing like if we wanted to do this and would anyone even care? And the crowd was just like, ah! And because the whole stadium was filled, every seat in that stadium was filled. And he was like, now that we're here and this whole stadium is filled, like we can't believe it. Like of course people care. This is insane. They kept saying like, we're gonna do a song for the OG Jonas Brothers fans, and every time I was like, I got this. It was honestly spiritual, I'm not gonna lie. Like just seeing the Jonas Brothers in front of me. So then like we thought that they were done, but I was like, they're not done. They're not done. I know these guys, they're not done. So they just like go under the stage, and the whole like people are leaving. Like everything's dark, like there's no music, nothing's going on. Then like after a couple minutes, they start the opener of Burnin' Up. I give Zach my phone, I'm like, record this. Okay, so they like jump back onto stage. There's like 3 square boxes in the stage. Like floor, like just squares of floor, and they were just like on them under the stage. And then like as the song was starting, the floor like shot up, and they like jumped and then like landed on the stage, and they were like, burning up. There's fire, there's like confetti going off. And then, you know, they finish. We're like walking out, and we're just like, I'm just talking to him and everything. And all of a sudden, like the whole crowd of people starts screaming and like running to the right. And there's these cars coming out, and I was like, I just like slapped Zach and I'm like, I'm going. And he was like, wait. And I was like, already gone. So I'm like running and like these 3 black SUVs are just like pulling out and everyone's like, ah, Jonas. I remember this like security guard, like as I was like running at the car, she was like, no to me. Cause I like ran in between these like, I don't even know. And she was just like, no, don't come any closer. And I was like, all right, but I was like, Jonas. So the whole time we're like walking to the car, I'm just like not in my right state of mind. We have no idea where the car is parked. And I was just like yakety yakking and just saying like how amazing and like just intense that experience was for me. And it was just so great. It was so fun. It was so fun. So yeah, that was my experience. I'm gonna be like on a high for months, if not the rest of my gosh darn life, honestly. So that was my experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this intense and crazy video. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I post every week, so please subscribe to my channel and come on back and I will post another crazy video next week.